Hey, welcome. I'm JD with Next RV Life, and NEXT is an acronym. It's New Experiences, Exciting Travels. And New Experiences, Exciting Travels is sort of what encapsulates this channel. It's basically, we're going to be full-time RVers, and we're going to be traveling around and experiencing new things. But it doesn't have to be the Taj Mahal or the Grand Canyon or something that's completely unique, as much as going to some small town USA, seeing their local points of interest and some of those type things. So this channel, I hope, will be able to capture some of those things as we live them, and maybe highlight some things that you might be interested in seeing in a town near you. So bought this truck just about a year ago, only about 10 miles from here. So we're back in the home area of Woodstock, Georgia area, but this truck has served us quite well. It's been a beast, and we've loved every minute of it. But having the truck was a prelude to getting the RV, which we also have, and we're loving that as well. But that gave us the capability to sell the sticks and bricks and become full-time RVers, and that's what we've done. So I've put together some footage over the last year as I could, and I will try to piece it together in a nice storyline. So obviously I'm not a polished YouTuber like many of them are that are out there, but I'm learning this stuff. So it should be fun. So follow me along for the journey. So with that, roll my cheesy intro. Hey, I'm JD from Next RV Life, and hopefully that is going to be what's going to happen here real soon, is that I actually become a full-time RVer. So that is the plan. We've been working on it for the last couple of years, trying to figure out, getting the house ready for sale. We wanted to make sure the sticks and bricks was ready to go. So, we had a lot of renovations and things to do there, especially after being in the house for 20 years. So we're in the Woodstock, Georgia area, as you can see from the hills back behind me. And so we, had a very nice area, nice neighborhood. We worked hard getting the house up, ready for sale, stripping popcorn, putting new floors down, painting walls, doing a lot of different outdoor projects, and just updating things that had been, 2 decades old. So once we got the house up for the market, or we planned on getting the house up on the market in 2020, spring of 2020 is what we were looking at. In spring of 2020, as we all know, COVID-19 hit and started really becoming the pandemic that really locked everything down and caused a lot of issues. We were not sure if we were actually wanted to, stay with our plan to keep doing RVing, or if we wanted to kind of ride it out at least and see where we were going to end up. Obviously, by the vehicle behind me, you can see that we kind of committed ourselves to becoming full-time RVers. We follow a lot of different YouTubes, and that was part of this journey, is that if I'm going to do it, I might as well document it. I've been doing photography, sports photography for many, many years. And I would love to get into some more traveling in nature and other type of photography. So this is my first foray into this. So hopefully the sound quality is decent. The sun's beating down. I know I'm going to have extremely bright spots here, but it does make the truck pop a little bit. This is the 2019 limited edition F450, and this thing can literally pull a house, and that's what our plans are for it. It's going to be pulling a Grand Design Momentum 397TH. We've already made the deal. We'll be picking her up sometime in the next week or so. I've been studying this for, like I said, last year and a half for sure. We've been following a lot of different YouTube channels, especially Changing Lanes right now, since they pretty much have a lot of the same setup that we're looking at. I work in IT. I work for a company that I've been telecommuting for since 2008, at least partially. And now I'm working full-time telecommuting. So slipping into an RV and moving around, as long as I've got good internet connection, I should have no problem, no impact. Being an IT person, we work on tasks, so it makes it real easy to actually go in and become a full-time RVer. That part was easy. The part that has been difficult is the COVID-19. So I know we've got limited number of spots now. Not all the parks are open and not at full capacity if they are open. and then we also have limited supply. One of the things that we didn't anticipate with this pandemic is that everybody was going to be self-quarantining within RVs and taking their family out on the road. So a lot of these people had actually never even RV'd before, and were doing it for the first time. So, you know, it was quite a shock for us. There was a lack of RVs available on the market, as well as they actually shut down production for some of the models for a while. So we had already we'd been to multiple RV shows, we'd been to multiple lots, and we had looked at the different quality of different brands, and we decided that we liked the Grand Design the best. And we were looking at two different models, the 399 and the 397. Both of these are toy haulers. I work in the IT industry, and so one of the big things that we wanted was that we could have, you know, carry our toys when we get to camp, set up camp, then that can be converted into my office. And this is exactly what Chad does. So it was great that I have a lot of footage of things they've done for setup and tear down and everything, making their 397 into a very livable home. And that's exactly what I want to do. So we had been looking for a 397 for quite a while before we found the one that we're hopefully picking up at the end of this week. The person that we're buying it from is actually getting out of the RV business. They're getting into a mountain cabin. He lives in Florida now, but he's getting a mountain cabin. And so he's basically selling me his 2019. It's a late 2019, so it's really almost a 2020 model, but he's selling it with all the supplies included. And that's great because there's been a limited number of some of the items that we've been looking for. So a lot of people have their, you know, day one required RV tools and toys and you know, safety devices and everything that goes along with that, from, you know, surge protectors to, you know, water, you know, pressure sensors and regulators. So all of those things he's actually including in with the 397 that we're looking at. So we're very fortunate there, because several of the things have taken, even though I've done this and I've been ordering a lot of things ahead of time, it's still a lot of things are either back ordered or just because of COVID-19 and everybody's ordering things. Timelines to get something that normally would be 2 to 3 days are now 2 to 3 weeks. And I've encountered this quite a few times where things haven't been, you know, quickly available. So I'm fortunate because I'm still kind of hunkered down and staying in the Woodstock area. But as soon as we get the RV and start doing the trial runs and get everything there, there may be other things that we're going to have to purchase, and then that's when I'll have to play that game of, you know, ordering things on the road. So there's a lot of things that I'm learning. So back to the big point is that I am actually, or we are actually getting the RV at the end of this week. So that means I'm not an RV newbie. I'm an RV pre-newbie. So I haven't even had the chance to make my mistakes yet. So yes, I've studied a lot of different YouTubers and things that have been put in there in different blogs across all over the place. But, you know, until you actually put things into practice, you know, I spent a number of years in the Air Force. You know, you can go through and learn a checklist, or you can learn procedures for doing some, you know, event. But until they run an exercise, that's when you truly find out, do you know your stuff? And so that's kind of what I'm seeing this as well. I've already pre-built a lot of, or I shouldn't say, I've pilfered a lot of good checklists, and I'll be using those lists, and then we'll adapt them to our own. Again, that's another reason that, you know, Changing Lanes has been so valuable to us, is that they are several years ahead of us, doing pretty much the same type of thing, working from the RV as well as you know, as well as moving around and trying to do things, but not being in a huge hurry. So they're not moving every 2 or 3 days. You know, they're going to be set 2 weeks or so. That's kind of what we've taken as advice that we've gotten from several of the different YouTube channels. You know, 10 days should be minimum, and then 10 days to 2 weeks, because I've lived here in Atlanta most all my life, except for when I was in the Air Force, and there's still things around here that I haven't done. And so it's not until somebody comes in to visit that you actually go do some of these things. So we're hoping that we can actually, you know, stay someplace 8 to 10 days, you know, 10 days plus, and then we'll start learning all those things. But So back to being a pre-newbie. There's a couple of things that I'll need even to get my rig. Obviously, I need a big truck. That's check mark, got that. Need a big rig, the rig that I want, got that. That's good. One of the things that I still need to figure out is this guy. So this is the B&W companion hitch. It goes in the puck system in the Ford 450 here. No problem, except for the original steward of this huge truck did some nice upgrades that I really like. So one, he's installed this tonneau cover. It is really nice. I really dig that. One of the other things that he's done that's really nice is he's put this carpeting in. This is form-fitting carpeting. It's got the Rhino liner in there as well, but this carpeting basically has a, I'm not sure of the material behind there, but it's a foam sort of material with this carpeting over top of it, and then it's Velcroed all into place. They made no concessions for the puck system. So, this guy. So these come out and these go in there. So the problem is, how do I cut this carpet so it's nice and clean and that I can get these pucks to be able to install? I am going to be taking out the 3 remaining plugs, using my coupler here, heated up with my trusty gas, and we will be hopefully making nice, perfectly round holes within my carpeting so that we can get this trailer hitch mounted. We need it by the end of the week, so it's got to happen, and I'd rather not take my carpeting out. So that's the plan for tomorrow. So I do hope that you'll join me for the second part of this. Hopefully this should be tomorrow, that I get a chance to do the next portion of this on Next RV Life. I'm JD. We'll see you soon.